this is what we still have left to do on this nasty ass stairs. Doing the renovation to my office, to the stairs, and to the second bedroom. Look at this shit. Alright guys, I just pulled up into the Bellagio parking lot. So we're gonna go play some poker at the Caesars tonight. Just gonna walk across the bridge. I get free parking at all MGM properties. Save a little money on our bankroll, you know, since we're recovering from the loss at Venetian the other week. So I definitely want to eat at this place, Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen. A few times that I've wanted to eat here, reservations were full. Alright, just arriving here. So I did take about like a week's break. Was working on the house a little bit more, but I know I keep saying this, and I know every video I say the same shit, but it should be done next week. I hadn't realized redoing the floors of a house takes this long. But anyways, today we're gonna play some 1-2 no limit. We are here at the Caesars Palace. I brought a couple buy-ins. I feel good, and last time we played, I wasn't really feeling it, but I'm feeling it this time. So we're gonna go grind this up. Caesars Palace is a total rewards promotion, so make sure if you have your total rewards. Now usually if you're gonna park here, you will have to pay, I think it's $9. It should be the same across all Caesars properties, don't quote me. But since I decided to park across the street at the Bellagio, I saved a couple bucks in our bankroll. But I've never actually played here at the Caesars Palace. So I've walked by it a whole bunch of times, but the feedback that I get from some people is that some of the players are pretty good. There's a lot of regs, but I'm here to see for myself. So let's go sit down at a table. There's about 9 1-2 games going on. There's a 1-2 pot limit Omaha interest list going on. Maybe I'll jump on that, but we'll see where this video takes us. Hopefully I can get some good footage for you guys. So I'm gonna go head inside and I'll catch you guys at the table. I know how I'm gonna open this. So as soon as I sat down at the table, I was at the main event final table. Yo, I'm saying, as soon as I sat down, there was tanking going on, people were limping, and it was getting to the big blind, and the dealer was like, option, and then the big blind will stare, look around, stare, and look around, adjust his hat, look around some more, check. I fucking can't stand that. But other than me being at the World Series final table at a 1-2 game, not a lot of things going my way. My table ended up breaking. I wasn't feeling it around mid-session, but it started to loosen up a little bit. Lots of straddles, lots of big pots, lots of skeptical calls. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna feel out the next table. I unfortunately had to reload to 300 bucks. I'm in for 300 bucks, had to reload another 100. Got really short stacked, so I'm at a new table now, so we're gonna go chill there for a little bit, see how things go, and see if I could still run it up, probably get out of the hole a little bit. So let's see. Another thing that I do have to say, the rumors are true. There are just these people take 1-2 games extremely seriously. Lots of silence at the table, not a lot of talking, lots of tanking, and it's just like, we're just playing for a couple $100 bucks. You know, I can understand for playing high stakes, but it is what it is. Excuse me, go ahead. It is, I mean, it is what it is, so. And I was looking around at the other games, there's probably like 9 1-2 games going on, and all of them look pretty, I don't know. I wasn't able to get a couple hands on camera because I made my phone take a break, but for this one we wake up with pocket nines. We have $170 in front of us and we're 9-handed. There's a $5 straddle and under the gun makes it $12. There are 3 callers ahead of him and I'm in the small blind and I make the call. The big blind calls as well. The flop comes King 8-2 rainbow and it checks it over to the initial raiser who bets $15. We all make the call, not one of us folds, and a big pot is brewing. Checks it over and the initial raiser actually makes a check as well, and the middle position player decides to take action and bet out $40. Folds around to me and I didn't really think about it before I ended up folding as well. But this was just a line check to see how would you guys have played this hand. If it's pretty standard, it's pretty standard to me. I just was wondering, because of how much money's already in the center and it being such a small bet, do you ever decide to continue there? This is going to be the all-in hand of the session. This is actually towards the end of the session. I was floating around $160, $180 throughout most of the beginning of the session. And probably in 1 hour, I was able to turn it around. We are in the small blind and we're playing 5-handed. I have $170 in front of us. The under the gun player limps, the button limps, gets to me and I raise it to $16. The under the gun player calls and the button calls, so we're 3 ways to a flop. The flop comes King Jack 4 rainbow. I decide to bet out $20 and the under the gun player folds and the button calls. The turn is another jack, gives us trips, definitely strong card, and I don't think I'm gonna slow down now. I can easily have a king on this turn, so I decide to bet $40 and the button ends up making the call really quickly. The river breaks out, it's a offsuit 6 and I only have $95 left. So I bet all in, go for max value, and the button makes a call. So I was able to take that big pot in. We are under the gun, 9-handed, and I have $360 in front of me. This is the same orbit. Another table broke and was able to get seated to where we were at. So I decided to raise it up under the gun to $11. The player to the left of me calls, the button calls, and the big blind calls as well. So we are 4 players to a flop of ace 10 4 with 2 diamonds. I bet out $25 and only the button calls. So we're heads up to a turn of the 6 of clubs. I bet $65 and the button calls again, and the river brings the 6 of hearts. I felt like I can go for max value and have him call off with the ace since the front door flush didn't come through. So I bet him all in $90, and I flip over ace queen, and he says that we're good, and he flashes the ace while he folds. So definitely another big pot to turn around the session, and that orbit particularly was one of the turning points of the session that allowed me to get out of the red. All right guys, just wrapped up my session. There's the poker room. Just cashed out. What a roller coaster of a session. Man, there was one point, as soon as after I did my mid-session update, I went and sat down, and you know, the session was up and down. I was in for $300. Nothing was going my way for most of the session, and then I ran it back down to probably close to like 60 bucks. Got a quick double up, and then I was hovering around like $140, and I was hovering around the $140 to $160 range, and I couldn't get out of it. And there's actually one orbit. We were playing really short-handed for a little bit, and then tables started to break, so I finally got a full table. And literally in one orbit, I probably doubled up my 160 to 320, and then shortly after that, I won a $400 pot. So I was in for $300, and I cashed out for $475. So yeah, pretty good session. I don't know if I did a wrap-up thing, but you know, we played 1-2 at the Caesars Palace, and I was in for $300. I cashed out I cashed out $475. Overall, the session was a roller coaster. I'm gonna do a whole bunch of hand histories at home. I'm not gonna do it like I did at the Venetian last week. As always, to check out my future videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up on this video if you liked it. If you didn't like it, hit the thumbs down. If there's anything you guys want to talk to me about or anything that I can improve on, go ahead and comment below. And I usually respond to all your comments. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy. Oh, Thanksgiving's coming up. If I don't see you guys until then, happy Thanksgiving. And let's keep running it up. So yeah, at one point in the session, I started to get extremely tilted, and I don't know, I'm debating if I want to tell you guys right now, or maybe I could go find a spot while I'm walking through this casino and try and find a thing. Maybe we can talk about it right now. But I was getting fucking tilted. I'm talking about just upset. And I usually don't get tilted at the table, but this was a really good reason on why I was tilted.